that if the US government is spying on us all, like Edward Snowden revealed, then how come they let Edward Snowden work for them in the first place? Shouldn't they have prevented that with all their super spy skills? One reason Snowden was able to get so close to such sensitive material could be the government's idiotic system for running background checks. And now some senators are trying to change that. So like the good little outsourcer that it is, the US government hires security clearance contractors to do background investigations into the people they're considering hiring. Currently, these contractors are allowed to oversee and approve their own investigations. There's no system for checking the background checkers, in other words. And when these contractors submit their reports on time, they can earn timeliness bonuses, money from the federal government. So guess what? Contractors are really good about getting their reports in on time, especially since no one is bothering to check their work. Such was the case of a background check contractor called U.S. Investigative Services. The Department of Justice alleges that USIS approved its own incomplete investigations in order to receive timeliness bonuses. And they might be right, considering USIS was the contractor that conducted the background check on, yep, Edward Snowden, and also on Aaron Alexis, the government worker who shot up the Navy Yard. Great job, guys. The Department of Justice continues to investigate USIS, and the government's Office of Personnel Management announced it'll be doing its own quality reviews of background checks. But there's no law in place about the issue. So now, a few senators just introduced legislation to prevent security clearance contractors from reviewing and approving their own background investigations. Which seems to make sense, right? After seeing what just happened. But here's the thing. This legislation is basically saying we need to check our background checkers because we don't trust the very people we hired to tell us whom we can trust. That's how the government works, people. It's so bad at checking itself that it's bound to wreck itself. And it's trying to take us all right along with it. Tonight, let's talk about that by following me on Twitter @TheResident.